Alright guys, just before, this is gonna be a quick video, right? Just a basic rundown of the last week and playoff prediction. Playoff predictions, um, I kind of made mine early in the season, and hey, luckily both teams are in the playoffs, and I'm kind of holding my guns. I feel really good about one side, and the other side, we'll see how it goes. Um, but that being said, nobody has paid us any money for the making of this video. However, we do have sponsors through our parent company, Kings of Sling LLC, which is a iRacing organization, and we are going to be giving away a gaming computer at 1,000 subs. Now, this channel is just a few days old. We're at 10 subs, I think, already, and like 91 unique viewers. And I think our last video is like did like 50. We had like 50 live viewers. So it's rapidly, the analytics are rapidly increasing, which is great to see. I really didn't think that that would happen over here on YouTube. YouTube is kind of hard to get the algo going your way, but it's actually growing faster than I thought it would grow. And man, if you just hit that sub button, you're doing me a huge favor, and you're helping grow the channel. And by being one of those first 1,000 subs, you have an opportunity of winning a computer. Now, repeat, nobody paid me for this video. Secondly, I'm going to be using some content. The content that I'm using is under fair use. It is on YouTube. It is listed by multiple channels. And yeah, so I'm going to be using that content. I do not own that content, and I do not pretend to own that content. Alright.
With our thumbs up there as the sun goes down, night's calling at your door, keeping you aware.
Quick little side note here, guys. If you play Madden and you are a PC player, controller, keyboard, doesn't matter. If you play on PC, Madden 22, we're starting up a league. It's the DDFL. We have 4 teams committed out of 32. We want to have 32, but we will be starting the league at 20, right? So basically it's going to be a 48-hour rule. So you have 48 hours to get with your opponent and get your game in. If not, it's going to be advanced. Or if one user is there, he'll play against the computer. That is between users to communicate. There is a Discord server that will be listed in the description of this video. Join the Discord server if you have any interest in being a part of this league. Thank you. IPASON PC. They are a sponsor of Kings of Sling. They're going to be the company that's helping us give out a computer at 1,000 subs on Facebook and on YouTube. They're also giving out 3 computers to live viewers during King of Sling Racing. They're hooking up Ultimate Dirt TV with a awesome stream deck. Now, if you happen to be one of the people that wins one of these giveaways, right? That's an those are I'm so sorry, Rep. I botched your name left and right. IPASON. They are a Chinese company, but they are badass at soldering. I met them through Geek Squad because I had my computer upgraded from an Intel motherboard to a AMD Threadripper motherboard, and the only company in the world that was capable of doing it was this one. And we started talking about helium and the network and how they make the miners, the little boxes. And it just so happens that this company makes these little tiny computers, and they make them very well. They can make them more powerful than, the most badass big gaming PC that you'll ever see, and they're the size of a router. It's insane, the technology that they use. Literally, when they solder, they do it in a little glass blocks with like one of them scope cams that like a doctor uses whenever like they go up inside you for surgery, and they put their hands inside the little glass blocks and they do soldering. It's crazy, and the soldering is so good and the connections are so good that their PCs are just fantastic. They can use a graphic card that other companies would consider outdated. Their soldering, no, it's not outdated. It will actually outperform 2-year or 2-version newer graphic cards. Any IPASON product comes with a 1-year warranty and lifetime service support. 30 days you can replace the product and get a new one, no questions asked, right? And basically you got no reason to return because they're always going to work with you, right? Worry-free shopping, and everything that they're sending us giveaway wise is going to be in a U.S. warehouse, so the shipping's going to be fast. They also make things such as these curved monitors and some really awesome products. Repeat, I am not being paid by anybody to make this video. Alright, here we go. We're going to do something a little different here. For the first time, we're going to talk a little bit of football on the channel. So, week 18, it was crazy, right? Let's just be real. This game here, well, alright, let's rewind back to the Steelers-Ravens game. Which, both teams I don't think are very good. Very good. I mean, I don't say that. I'm not being disrespectful. But I just don't think either team is very good. And they're just good enough to sneak into the playoffs. And you know what? For Big Ben, I'm happy for him, because I think Big Ben is a guy that has been underappreciated by his fan base for a long time, and he's done. He's clearly retiring, and you guys are gonna miss him. I'm telling you that right now. They're not. There's not a chance in hell that they are going to just up and find a replacement like that. It's going to be a rebuild. It's going to suck. You guys are going to be bad. You're going to go through it. Trust me. It's coming. Remember those years with Cordell and, you know, you guys couldn't get it going, you know. But game I want to focus on, you know, the reason why the Steelers are in the playoffs is because Mr. Schottenheimer just decided that on the last week of the season, he was going to completely change the offense and just let Trevor... Well, maybe it's because we have no running backs right now. I don't know. He just let Trevor go out and sling the ball. And guess what?
On the slant. That is complete and across the 35 and close to the 40 to Marvin Jones for the first down.
Marvin Jones has been bad all year.
On 3rd and 10. Pass inside. That is complete and across midfield and out of bounds is Marvin Jones for the
Perfect
first down.
passes, by the way.
They needed 10, they got 12, and now into Indianapolis territory on the play fake. Lawrence.
PA.
Throw. Got his man wide open inside the 35-yard line. Once again, Marvin Jones for the first down.
So certainly thin.
Now he's making Marvin Jones star all of a sudden. Look at that. Perfectly timed to Chenault.
Chenault is knocked out of bounds at about the 10-yard
And he
line.
probably ate that shot. He probably ate that shot.
This is 2nd and goal. Lawrence going to throw for it again, and it is a touchdown.
Perfect read. Read the out. Hit Treadwell. Touchdown. Walker Little.
Lawrence, 8 for
Best tackle we've drafted since Tony
They
Bazzelli.
really need to get the passing game tuned up here against Jacksonville.
fake it to Taylor, and the pass to this side is complete to Jack Doyle, the tight end, and he is out of bounds.
And if he's healthy and ready to go, he's the big speed guy that gives this offense the big play down the field.
Here's Taylor, looking to pick his way through, dancing across the line of scrimmage. Wentz throws incomplete. Doyle, the intended receiver.
Look at that. I don't even think Shaq Griffin's playing much anymore.
Jonathan Taylor, not gonna get there.
No, he ain't.
On first down, faking the pitch.
No, it was an RPO.
And now throws to the side. This is Armstead, and Armstead pulls his way forward.
It was an RPO, and he read it perfectly. Went through his reads and took what was there.
There's a penalty marker thrown behind him as he makes it to the 46.
Holding. Offense number 75. 10-yard penalty. Second down.
As much as you do, you know you're doing something right.
Lawrence, complete to midfield. And to the 45 goes Ogunbowale.
Ogunbowale.
Wentz down the middle of the field. And the catch is made.
T.Y. Hilton made a play, eh?
Wentz inside the 40.
Taylor or somebody out of the backfield.
Give it to Taylor.
Stop.
Taylor bounced back, and his forward progress is going to be
Niles
short of the line to
Jack
gain.
is
Taylor in the backfield.
one of the best linebackers
Taylor
in
gets the
football,
handoff, and
period.
Taylor gets the first down.
Andre Cisco making plays.
Wentz rolling.
Boy, imagine if he had a full season.
20 and slides down. Taylor, no. It is the pass complete to Naheem Hines.
Fumble.
Hines, ball on the ground. It belongs to the Colts. Wentz under pressure and goes down.
Who is it?
Defense.
Josh Allen, baby.
Football up front in this game.
Michael Badgley from 41 yards out is on the mark.
Josh Allen's going to have a huge year next year when they put somebody on the other
This
end.
is complete to the far side.
I believe this is another fantastic drive by Trevor.
That's really what the Colts need to take
Just
their defense
every
to the
read.
next level.
Lawrence pulls it down, looking for the first down. He dives and looks like he might have
That's a
it.
third down, man.
Deep drop. Now throwing wide open in the middle of the field inside the 15-yard line is Marvin Jones. Lawrence. This side of the field.
Look at them balls.
5-yard line to about
He's showing you an array of every NFL pass that an elite quarterback should make.
Lots of time. Back to the end zone. Intended for Marvin Jones, incomplete.
Very close to a touchdown. Next year he makes that pass.
Steps up, down the middle of the field. It is incomplete. Off the hands of Paris Campbell.
Andre Cisco on the coverage. Get him on the run. Watch this.
Completes it.
Get to the quarterback or making a play on the
RPO.
This is Ogunbowale. Close to midfield.
Reads his lineman perfectly.
Lawrence stepping
He's
up.
so good at RPO.
Inside the 45.
There's a lot of field over here to work with.
Why were we not running RPO all year long?
Goes in, incomplete. Penalty markers thrown.
Pass interference. Defense.
Can't tackle. I mean, you can't tackle the tight end.
Automatic. First down.
It looked like
He's got his
to
arm.
me, quite honestly, like Willis, unless something happened before that, I don't really feel like that should have been called, Greg.
Oh, of course you don't.
On the slant. That's
Perfect
complete to the
slant.
10-yard line is
Laquan Treadwell is getting a new contract.
Lawrence. Throw it.
Laquan Treadwell.
Two, knocked out of bounds.
And get Lawrence outside the pocket.
Lawrence pulls it down and throws, and it is.
Should have been a touchdown.
Chenault, the intended receiver,
Chenault
2
dropped that
seconds
ball.
earlier. And that one from 20 is good as time expires.
Now, keep in mind, right, that the Colts are like red hot and looking like they're about to steamroll into the playoffs.
Taylor with the catch and the first
Right.
down and yardage up the sideline before he goes
Okay.
out of bounds.
I just so we don't forget that.
Under pressure and
Look
goes
at that.
down.
Oi.
Ball back inside the
Davon Hamilton, good looking player.
Just doesn't pick up Wilson on.
Damian Wilson will be a backup next year.
Lawrence under pressure, throws complete to about the 15 and dropped. This one from
Chenault's got to stop dropping them balls.
that's good.
Lack of early down production of the Colts.
This is Taylor, left side. Taylor not gonna get
Look at
there.
that.
No, he bounces free.
Man,
The first down and more. Midfield, 45 and out of bounds. He's in the back.
Cisco saved the play though.
Hines with the football.
If Cisco wasn't in there, that's one of them Derrick Henry 99-yard touchdowns.
Holding. Offense. Number 84. 10-yard penalty.
Oh, you can't cheat.
Wentz over the middle and through the hands of the
Picked
defensive
off.
receiver and intercepted.
Daniel Thomas.
Daniel Thomas. As we get you back
He
to
took
the
Rayshon Jenkins' job.
After a talk about it, was ruled to have touched the ground, incomplete, and so on fourth down. The Colts kick it away, high and short, and bouncing out of bounds in the neighborhood of the 20-yard line.
They haven't been able to close out those games in the fourth quarter.
Here comes the blitz. The pass is complete. That's going nowhere because Wentz pulls it down once. Now throws intercepted. Damian Wilson with the interception. There is the first
Bad
Carson Wentz this season.
bad decision right there
Haven't been able to
by Wentz.
Armstead,
RPO,
30, 25,
Raquel Armstead,
20-yard line.
former Jaguar, just re-signed, just put on the roster this week.
Lawrence throws.
He's out here playing with practice squad players, guys.
really kind of hit rock bottom this season.
The pass inside the 5 is grabbed.
Like, seriously, about 8 of them. Look at this play. Watch this.
Pulled it down and throws to the end zone. The
Are you kidding me?
come down, feet in bounds. He did.
Are you kidding me?
Wow, incredible. Have you called DeForest Buckner's aim once today? How about Darius Leonard? Right? Corey Willis has a chance to make a play. As good as Kenny Moore.
Look at this return by Isaiah Rogers. And Rogers all the way out to about the 45.
That was a hell of a return.
Colts have a lot of Pro Bowlers on this team, and we haven't called their name once for anything good.
This is one of them now. Taylor.
Wentz was seeing ghosts. Because Josh Allen was in his face a lot.
Over the middle. That is complete inside the 30-yard line.
There's another kid who is technically already skipped over Shaq Griffin. See?
Pass interference. Defense.
Shaq just ain't working out, man. He gives up the big plays. He gets the flags. They're definitely trading his ass. He's going to New Orleans when they get Mike Thomas. Tyson Campbell, baby.
There is no touchdown signal. The Jaguars made the stand.
Tyson Campbell jumped over the line.
Armstead to about the 7-yard line, maybe,
and pick up the sack.
3rd and 12. Wentz throwing incomplete.
Look at him. He's seeing ghosts, man.
Wentz going deep. The dive is made, and Paris Campbell.
I can't remember. I don't think he caught it. Yeah, it hit the ground.
Sure, that would work for them. Armstead. This is Armstead. Armstead trying to turn the corner. Bumped out of bounds, and we get a flag.
Oh, man.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Defense, number 53. 15-yard penalty. First down.
You know, not a dominant team by any stretch, Greg, but a team that would be a tough battle for anybody in the playoffs. Really just doesn't make a lot of sense.
On 3rd and 9.
Look at them RPOs. He reads them RPOs correctly every single time.
Overcome injuries. So many accurate throws, and it's also been a lack of big plays.
That pass over the middle is complete across the 45.
I'm pretty sure we're running prevent at this point. Rushing like 3.
And the Las Vegas Raiders, Pittsburgh's in the playoffs.
There you go, Greg.
You're welcome, Pittsburgh.
Couple shots to Paris Campbell, but he wasn't able to come down with it, and it's just is when he's got to come to play, and to be quite honest, it really hasn't happened.
That's complete inside the 20 to the 15,
Prevent.
to the 10-yard line.
Simply, you didn't see that from the Colts defense.
3rd and 11. That pass inside the 5.
That's what happens when you run the prevent. I mean, let's be real.
The 2-point conversion attempt.
It prevents you from winning.
Wentz throwing over the middle, and that is complete to
Shaq Griffin, though, got beat right there.
Was able to capitalize off that run game.
RPO, read it right.
Just not consistently.
I can't wait to see this kid running RPO all year next year. RPO, he's so good. And check that out. Now we're going to the off season on a big positive note.
What a stunning victory for the Jacksonville Jaguars. They finish off a horrible season on his.
That's big, man. As stupid as that sounds, that is big. That's huge. You know, that changes like your whole attitude going into the off season now. You just, and I mean, like, let's be real. The Colts were piping, weren't they? They were like, they were coming, man. They were coming. They were coming for the playoffs. Like they were like the, I think, 89% odds favorite to be in the playoffs, right? Something like that. Yeah. Well, they didn't make it. Speaking of my channel, right? Yo, drop a sub. Listen, look at this. We're getting steady growth, yo. We've been streaming on this for not even a week. This is our last video, right? It's doing well. It's doing well. Okay. So now we're going to switch it up. I'm going to show you my full playoff predictions for the entire bracket. Let me pull up another window capture. Alright, so let's try this real quick. And one show. Interesting. Alright, but I can do this. This is what I can do. So, we're gonna do it like this. Pull up the old Facebook-aroni. And there's one more. Wild card. Alright, and then now that's only I can see this, so technically speaking, you know. Alright, here we go. So, here, let me, ooh, not that. Let me, hide my camera. Just so we can talk about this, right? Alright, so here's the bracket. These are the guys that made it, right? This is it, right? This is it. Steelers squeak in. The Titans, #1 seed, man. Packers, #1 seed in the NFC. So, pull up wild card. Here's my wild card predictions for super wild card weekend. I got the Kansas City Chiefs defeating the Steelers, and I'll even give you scores. Even no, I'm not, banking on these scores. I'm banking on the winners. I got the Kansas City Chiefs over the Steelers, 42-13. I got the Bills beating the Patriots. The Bills beating the Patriots, 24-20. Bengals take care of the Raiders, 38-28. Over on the NFC side, I got the Bucks disposing of the Eagles, 31-17. And I have the 49ers defeating the Cowboys, 44-30. And I have the Cardinals beating the Rams, 23-14, in a pretty good game. I think the Cardinals are going to score late in that one and edge out a win, because divisional games, man. Divisional games. That's just to show you the difference in divisions, right? Like the Cowboys, they just hung almost 60 points on the Eagles, right? And the Eagles are a playoff team. The Bucks are literally just gonna cruise right on past the Eagles. Like, they're hardly gonna have to put any effort in beating the Eagles. And the 49ers, who just barely scraped their way in, they're gonna beat the Cowboys. They're gonna beat that top team in the East. That's just the difference in the in the divisions. You know what I'm saying? Go the other way. All right, divisionals. This is our divisional round matchups. We got the Titans taking on the Bengals, because the Bengals would be the lowest seed remaining. And I have the Bengals defeating the Titans, 35-20. Bengals beat the Titans, 35-20. I got the Chiefs beating the Bills, 41-24, in kind of a blowout. Bills get back. They get their payback on the Patriots, but then they get washed by KC. Over in the NFC, I think it's going to be really close, man. I almost took the Niners. I'm not going to lie. I would not be shocked if the Niners beat the Packers. But I went with the Packers, 19-14 over the Niners. And then Bucks versus Cardinals. I got the Cardinals winning that one, 38-30. I think that one's going to be kind of a shootout. I think Tom Brady's going to make some mistakes. I think it's going to be a game where Tom Brady kind of isn't invincible, you know? And I think they got some issues at running back, and I think they got some problems that the Cardinals are going to be able to take advantage of. Oh. Alright. Then we got championship weekend. Right here, baby. This is championship weekend. I got the Bengals beating the Chiefs 36-32. I think it's going to be one of the most... I think it's going to be just as exciting as the last time they played, with the same result. The Bengals win. Bengals go to the Super Bowl. Right? And then over in the NFC, I think it's going to be a lot less entertaining of a game. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to be off. Him and Devontae Adams ain't going to have their connection going. And I think Kyler Murray's going to run around and frustrate him. They're going to do a lot of ball clock, a lot of taking time out of the game with their running backs, their dual running backs, and I think they're going to run for a lot of yards against the Packers. I think that's going to be a game where Kyler, Connor, whoever, somebody's going off and going to rush for a lot of yards, and that's going to set up our Bengals Cardinals Super Bowl, where I have the Cardinals winning 24-21. And I have your Arizona Cardinals as your 2022, 2021, 2022. No, 2021 it would be, right? Yeah, 2021 NFL Super Bowl champions, the Arizona Cardinals. Mike Hartman will be doing flips on his bus, man. He'll be doing flips on his bus. But yeah, that's just how. I mean, listen. I told you guys what, week 2 in the group, that Cardinals Bengals, and I'm sticking by it, baby. I'm sticking by it, man. Ride or die. I feel really good about the Bengals. I do. I think the Bengals are going to the Super Bowl. Period. I think they should. First of all, I think they should be the number 1 seed, not the Titans. But it is what it is. I get why it is the way it is. It is. I understand the system. I don't think the Packers are as good as they. I just feel like it's the Packers, and this is what they do. They're gonna be good until they're not. And the team that they choke to this year is gonna be the Cardinals. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, with the injuries, no Hopkins, and everything that's been going on, I feel a lot less confident about the Cardinals than the Bengals. But, hey, listen, I believe this very strongly. I believe there's a youth movement in the NFL. I said it with Jamar Chase before the season started. I believe in Trevor Lawrence, Kyler Murray, Joe Burrow, maybe Zach Wilson. I think Zach Wilson might be the real deal too. And I think the next generation, man, they're here. They're here. This is it. Especially Burrow, Trevor, and Murray. Those 3 guys are absolutely the next generation of elite NFL quarterbacks. Period. And yeah, the Jaguars suck this year. You know? Hey, Peyton Manning threw 28 interceptions as a rookie. Troy Aikman didn't even win a game. Won the Super Bowl next year, right? The Colts were perennial powers in Peyton's second year for the next 20 years. And Trevor is that guy. I'm telling you, man. I've watched every week, broken down every pass. Trevor Lawrence is absolutely not the reason why the Jaguars have had a bad season. The Urban Meyer shit show was a mistake. Clearly. Now they gotta go. They gotta hire an offensive coordinator and a head coach. I do not believe I don't see a scenario where Joe Cullen is not on the staff. I would be shocked, considering the relationship between him and Balky, and just the overall progress in that scheme, I feel like that team, the Jags, they got the most cap, right? So they got all this money. They got the number 1 pick. I think they're going to trade that number 1 pick. I don't think they're going to use it. I don't think they need it, to be frankly honest. I think what they need is a superstar wide receiver. DJ Shark. I feel bad that he broke his leg because DJ Shark absolutely would have had 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns this year with Trevor Lawrence. Easy. I don't know with Bevel. Maybe not. Because Bevel was an idiot. Still is an idiot. Did you see what shot he did today? That's why couldn't Bevel call those plays. Why did we hire the Lions offensive coordinator when the Lions offense sucked last year? These are questions that Urban Meyer kind of left me with my head scratched. But good news is the draft class was phenomenal. We have the best tackle that we've drafted. And man, we drafted a lot of tackles. Eugene Monroe, Eben Britton, Luke Jokel. Man, it goes on, and they all sucked. Let's be real. They all underachieved. Eugene Monroe had a pretty good career, but they all underachieved. Walker Little is not going to underachieve. That dude is a franchise left tackle. Norwell, Linder, you got the left side locked. Dan Arnold, good tight end. He's a pass-catching tight end. Trevor likes him. You're set. You need one more. O.J. Howard's about to be a free agent. Go get him. He's going to be cheap. He's going to be cheap, and he's a freak athlete. And Trevor, if anybody's going to be able to use him, it's going to be Trevor. And you're going to have a new coach with a new mindset, and they're definitely going to have an RPO spread offense. That's the first thing that's going to go on in these interviews when they sit down with Bulky and Khan is you understand that we are building this team around Trevor Lawrence and we are running a RPO spread offense. And if you are not on board with that, then you can see yourself to the door. And if you're on board, then we can continue the interview. That's how these interviews are going, guys. I'm telling you. And Bulky's not getting fired. I'd be shocked if Bulky's getting fired. Look, if you actually look at what Bulky's done, I think he's given us our best draft class in Jaguars history. Whenever it's all said and done, you got Trevor Lawrence, you got Travis Etienne, who we haven't even seen yet, right? We've seen Jamal Agnew run the Etienne role, right? And look good. He was producing. Imagine what Etienne's going to do in that role, right? And then in an RPO offense with James Robinson, Etienne, and Chenault. Yeah, and 2 tight ends. If you go get O.J. Howard, Dan Arnold, Michael Thomas, Allen Robinson, bring in Roquan Smith, because the rumor is Jawan Taylor, Cam Robinson are heading to Chicago. We'll see. We'll see. Bulky opened his mouth and said something inside the building about giving up the first round pick right now for Devontae Adams. Stupid thing to say because he's lucky that he's not catching heat about it. Because then people out there in the stands wearing them clown suits that don't know shit about football wouldn't want Bulky fired if they did. 1. 2, if they knew that information, they absolutely would be causing ruckus. Just straight ruckus. So, I mean, listen, hey, the season sucked. It wasn't what, it was supposed to be. Bevel was uncreative, looked unprepared. The defense actually was very surprising and grew. Tyson Campbell blew my mind. A guy that I wasn't high on. He exceeded expectations in every way. They got a guy in Rudy Ford that's going to get another contract. They got a guy in Laquan Treadwell that's going to get another contract. From the looks of it, I think Rockwell Armstead should get the contract. I think they should let Dale go. And then what you got is, that's your practice squad guy or your fourth running back or your fullback, whatever, your emergency running back in the case of ETN, James Robinson being injured. You have Rockwell Armstead. And he was an original Jaguar draft pick, so it was cool to see him back in Jacksonville and him having success today. So, yeah, and then Andre Cisco. Andre Cisco is going to be... I don't got to talk about Andre Cisco. You're going to know about Andre Cisco very quickly. The man led the nation in interceptions twice. Hits like a Mack truck. Put on 20 pounds of muscle. Urban Meyer's big idea was to redshirt him. Make sure his knee was okay. But also put him in there a couple plays a game so he's learning the scheme, because he's going to have the green dot on his helmet. He's going to be calling the plays next year. And now when I saw Tyson Campbell week 1 be a weakness to what he is now, which is the best rookie corner in football, that growth from week 1 to where Tyson Campbell is now, which he had, 8, 9 tackles today and like 2 pass deflections. Yeah, that could have been Cisco too, making that growth. And then now you're hitting the ground even further running. But I think Cisco's going to be fine, man. I think they're going to spend all that money, and a lot of it's going to get spent on the offensive side of the ball. And then draft picks are going to be defense. Joe Collin, pick your guy. Your hybrid guys, you know what you're doing with this 3, 4, 10 guys in the box thing. You know what you need. Go get them. We need another safety. I don't think Jenkins is going to be around long. I don't think Shaq Griffin's going to be around long. And Marvin Jones, we'll see. It depends how many wide receivers they bring in, but I highly doubt that he's here next year either. They're definitely going to re-sign Shark. If they don't re-sign Shark, I will be so disappointed, because that kid has so much potential, especially with Trevor Lawrence. If you keep Marvin Jones on this roster and you don't re-sign Shark after he broke his leg and you get that discount, I think Bulky's smarter than that. Trent Bulky has earned my respect a lot more than Dave Caldwell ever has, and he did it in 1 year. So I don't understand the hate for Trent Bulky, other than he came in with Urban. Why do we hate Trent Bulky? I don't understand it. Like, why do these fans not like Trent Bulky? I don't get it. But hey, listen, one thing I will say, I'm glad Ben Roethlisberger's getting one more shot at the playoffs. Good for him. I don't think it's going to last very long, because they're not a very good team, and Kansas City's probably going to blow their doors off. But hey, if the Steelers could beat the Chiefs, that would solidify the Bengals going to the Super Bowl in my head. like it's done deal. Because the team that is the only team that I think can beat the Bengals are the Chiefs. That's it. That's it. It's the Chiefs or it's the Bengals. Those are the two best teams in the AFC, and it's not even close. And then in the NFC, you can make some arguments. Now, before Arizona was injured, it was Arizona by far. There was no argument. But now, you can make some argument. It ain't the Rams. It ain't the Rams. It's definitely not the Cowboys. It's not the Eagles. I think the 49ers are hot. I think the 49ers have a better shot at making a run than the Rams do. I think the Cardinals are going to beat the Rams. And then you got the Packers. Are they? Is this the year that they do it? Is this the year that Aaron gets his other ring? I don't know. Maybe. We'll find out. It's going to be interesting, man. And, oh, damn it. Before I go, that timeout. Brandon Staley should lose his job. I don't care what you have to say. Okay? You could see it. Derek Carr looking at his coach. The coach looking at Derek Carr. The clock's ticking. They're about to take it under a minute, right? It's second down. They're going to run the ball. Yes, of course, they're going to run the play. They're not going to kneel the ball. But they were going to run the ball up the gutters. Chargers, they were putting you in the playoffs. There ain't a doubt in my mind. They were just making sure that they were not taking themselves out of the playoffs. And that's all they cared about at that point in time. And then you called that timeout. That stupid timeout that makes absolutely no sense. And I don't care how you want to argue for it. It makes no sense. It makes no logical sense at all whatsoever. And what it did was it made Derek Carr come to the sideline, talk to his coach, and they said, well, if they use that one, then they're probably going to use the next one. We should probably run a little more aggressive and try to get this first down, maybe get in the field goal range if we can. And they ran off tackle with a lead block, and it worked. Leon Jacobs broke a tackle, busted 13 yards. Boom. Your season's over. Your season's over because of a timeout that you didn't need to call. Why'd you call it? What did you think was you going to get the ball back? I just don't get it. And that was Herbert's shot because I don't see the Chargers being anywhere near the playoffs for a while. Because they got some contract issues and they got Herbert's kind of playing. I think Herbert's been playing over his head. I don't think quite is what everybody thinks he is. And I think this next wave is going to pass him by really quick. And you got Mahomes in your division every year. So, and now Derek Carr. If I'm the Raiders, I'm keeping Derek Carr, man. He's proven to me that he's a franchise quarterback. Now, I have a funny suspicion that Mike Mayock's going to trade or release Derek Carr. Derek Carr may end up in Pittsburgh, actually. And I think that's what the whole Gruden fight was about. I don't think that shit was about anything said, done, whatever. I think it was about Derek Carr. John Gruden believes in Derek Carr. He wanted a new contract. He wanted Derek Carr to be his quarterback, and he felt like he could win with Derek Carr. And Derek Carr's kind of proven it since Gruden's left. And I don't believe Mike Mayock did believe in Derek Carr. So, we'll see. Playoffs are going to be interesting. They're going to be fun. But for us Jaguar fans, this offseason's going to be lots of fun. Lots of fun. It's going to be fun watching some of these superstars come in here. It's going to be fun watching this coaching process, because it's interesting. Because, like half the staff's kind of in place, and I don't think they're going anywhere. And then really it's just, who do we want to work with Trevor? Who's going to come in here and run this RPO spread offense the right way when we put $200 million of weapons around Trevor Lawrence? Because Trevor Lawrence has every tool in the book. He has every throw in the book. He's the man. He's the man.